Om. 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 Sahana vavatu. Sahana bhunaktu. Sah viryam karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Just to recollect where we were last week, we have started on the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Bhakti Yoga. I think, as I had mentioned, Swami used to ask us to memorize and chant this chapter, all the verses in this chapter, quite regularly. So what I would do is, we have already done two verses. Maybe we can chant them together. I will say each sentence, each line of the verse once. You can repeat with mute on. Otherwise, it can be a bit confusion. Keep your mics muted, but you can repeat after me, after each line. Just so that I think it can become memorized without your knowledge. Saira. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha. Evam satata yuktaye. Evam satata yuktaye. Bhaktastvam paryupasate. Bhaktastvam paryupasate. Ye चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तम् ये चाप्यक्षरमव्यक्तम् तेषां के योगवित्तमा तेषां के योगवित्तमा. We'll go to the next verse. Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Shri Bhagavanuvacha. Shri Bhagavanuvacha. मय्यावेश्य मनो ये माम् मय्यावेश्य मनो ये माम् नित्ययुक्ता उपासते नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेता Shraddhaya parayopeta te me yukta tamamata te me yukta tamamata. So, okay, now we will yes, Uncle Gopal, please.
Sai, good morning. I just want to ask a question. To go back and find out where this recording is, where do I look for it?
Oh, it's available in the YouTube, Uncle. I will send you the link.
Oh, thank you so much. So that I can follow it up. Really.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I think, at the end, maybe I can get some who can say, chant better or sweeter voice. We will record it and place it so, you all can learn and chant also.
Your chanting is very good. Thank you.
Sorry.
However, our pronunciation is not up. Yeah.
Okay,
No.
Uncle, no problem. Sorry. So we will continue. I think you all remember what were the first two verses were. So Arjuna is asking this age-old question, which I think will always remain as long as human beings exist. Whether we should worship the one with the form or the one without the form, which is better? To which Krishna gives an answer. He does not answer it directly. He just says, whoever enters into Maya Veshya Manoye Mam Nitya Yukta, always connected to me. Nitya Yukta Upasate. Shraddhaya, with Shraddha, Parayopeta of supreme type, Te me Yukta Tamama. They are the best. That's what I think. That's what Krishna says. And then he continues on. So we are coming to the third verse. So we'll read the verse slowly. Ye tvaksharam anirdeshyam avyaktam paryupasate. Ye tvaksharam anirdeshyam avyaktam paryupasate. Ye tvaksharam anirdeshyam avyaktam paryupasate. Sarvatra gamachintyam cha kūtastham achalam dhruvam. Sarvatra gamachintyam cha kūtastham achalam dhruvam. Sarvatra gamachintyam cha kūtastham achalam dhruvam. There are quite a few words put together. So we will look at the pronunciation aspect. Just I will highlight some. When the words are split also, I will highlight them. But let me highlight it here first. Ye tvaksha. This uksha involves the sh, which is cerebral sh. So your tip of the tongue should point towards the roof of the mouth. Tvaksha. Ram anirdeshyam avyaktam paryupasate. No complicated consonants, but because of so many words, letters coming one after the other can be a bit challenging. When you practice reading the split words, it should be easier for you to put it back together. Sarvatra gamachintyam, no aspirated consonants. The last one here is in it, yeah, in tia. So it should be easy. There are three consonants. It should be easy otherwise. Kutastha. This tha is aspirated tha. That's the second letter in the tha varga. So it has to be aspirated. Okay. Tha. Achalam. Then dhruvam. This dhu It is dha and ra. The dha is the fourth letter in the tha varga, so it has to be aspirated. So it has to be stated with some stress, extra air. Dhruvam. Okay, so that's why, in transliteration we have put dh. It's not an H sound, but it says it is aspirated the. Okay, the. Okay, so dhruvam. That's as far as pronunciations go to pay attention to. We'll look at the word split. Ye, no change, ye. Tvaksharam anidesham avyaktam. So you can say tu aksharam anirdesham avyaktam. There are four words combined as one word here. Tu plus aksharam becomes tvaksharam. U plus a becomes a v. So tvaksharam. Plus a becomes ma. Tvaksharam manirdesham. Plus a becomes ma. Mavyaktam. So tu aksharam anirdesham avyaktam. The next word is paryupasate. I have put pari plus upasate just to highlight the pari. Pari is a prefix to the verb upasate. Okay, paryupasate. It's not two separate words. It is just a prefix which I have tried to show it separately. The second line is sarvatra gamachintyam. Okay, is made of two words. Sarvatra gam achintyam. Okay, sarvatra gam and achintyam. This plus a makes ma. So you get sarvatra gama chintya. Okay, when it's put together. Cha, no change. The next one is kutasthamachalam. It's a combination of two words. Kutastham and achalam. Kutastham and achalam. Plus a is ma. Last word is dhruvam. So let's look at the meaning. Actually, the third verse and the fourth verse have to be seen together because Krishna is continuing the idea into the next verse also. But we'll anyway look at the meaning here and then we'll continue on to the fourth verse. Ye is the first word. Ye is who. Okay, who means actually it's a plural word. So all those who, that kind of a meaning. Okay, all those who, if you want to put it, maybe I should put or those who, something like that. Okay. I don't know whether my English grammar is right, but those who. Who actually has multiple meanings. But in this case, I have taken the meaning but. It can also mean the meaning and or really and things like that also. But here I have used the meaning but, which is what most commentators also use. But. So Krishna is continuing the previous one. All those who think of me, come to me. But all those who aksharam. Aksharam we have looked at, actually, when we started Sanskrit class, we talked about Akshara. Om iti ekaksharam brahma, is a saying in the Upanishads. Kshara means that which perishes, that which dies, okay, that deteriorates. Oh, it dies actually. Akshara means that which does not perish. The I in front actually negates the kshara. So akshara means that which does not perish. So imperishable. God is imperishable in this world. Paramatman is the only one who is imperishable. Okay, the imperishable one. Because if the Lord takes a form, that will perish. The form will perish. The Lord does not perish. The form will perish. So, who worships the imperishable? That's what Swami says, within the body of Sai, you see the one which is beyond it, which is imperishable, Aksharam, imperishable. Anirdeshyam. Anirdeshyam. See, dish means direction, is called. Means you point somewhere. So, deshya means that which can be pointed. We can describe. We can explain. So, what can be explained is deshya. Anirdeshya means one which cannot be explained, which cannot be described. So, anirdesham. So, that which is imperishable and that which cannot be explained or described. Avyaktam. Avyakta means, vyakta means to manifest, or individuation is another word. Because each of us, people are called vyakti in Sanskrit. Vyakti means individual person, individualized person. So vyakta means manifestation is one. Second one is individuation also. That means separation. Avyakta means that which does not manifest. Avyakta means that which does not manifest. So the unmanifest, imperishable, and indescribable. Okay. Paryupasate. So all those who paryupasate, upasate itself is to worship. Upasate is to worship, to enter. Okay. Upasate means to enter into something also. Enter, go close to is also upasana. Upasana is to going close to is upasana. Paryupasate, the word pari means in a proper way, in a sincere way, with reverence. All that is meant by the word pari. So all those who worship sincerely and with reverence, the imperishable, the indescribable, the unmanifest. Okay. Then Krishna is continuing to describe what is that unmanifest imperishable is. Sarvatra gam. Sarva means all of you know, it means all. Sarvatra means in all places. Sarvatra means in all the places. Gam means that which has gone. So that means that which has gone to all the places. And it's all pervading. Sarvatra gam. This unmanifest one is gone everywhere. It's spread everywhere and it's present everywhere. But in an unmanifest way. Sarvatra gam. The next word is achintyam. Achintyam. Chintya means to imagine, even to think about something, even to contemplate. Achintya means we can't even contemplate on it, or we cannot even imagine it. Because for the mind to imagine, it needs a name, it needs some form, it needs some qualities. What we are talking about is that which is unmanifest, which is imperishable. Once it's unmanifest, we cannot imagine. Okay? So achintyam, cha, and kutastham. Okay? Kuta means to fix something. When something is fixed, that's called kuta. Astham means that which remains fixed. Kutastham is that which remains fixed. Means that which does not move. Okay, kutastham. Next word is achalam. Chalam means to move. Achalam means that which does not move, immovable. So that which cannot be imagined, that which remains fixed, that does not move. Dhruvam. Dhruvam means, I don't know whether you all know, Dhruva pole star is called Dhruva Nakshatra, the North Star. Because that North Star never moves at all points in time. However, the Earth is rotating, the pole star is permanently fixed. So it's firm, constant. Those are the traits of that Dhruva star. The Dhruva means which is firm, which is constant. When everything else changes also, that will not change. That thing is Dhruva. Okay. So those who worship the imperishable, the indescribable, the unmanifest, the all-pervading, the unimaginable, which remains fixed, which is unmoving, and which is firm and constant. So that is what this verse says. So the idea is not complete yet. So we will take a look at the next verse also, and then look at the whole meaning together. Sanniyam yendriya gramam. Sanniyam yendriya gramam. Sanniyam yendriya gramam. Sarvatra samabuddhayah. Sarvatra samabuddhayah. Sarvatra samabuddhayah. Te prapnuvanti. Te prapnuvanti. Te prapnuvanti. Mameva. 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 Sarva bhuta hite rataha. Sarva bhuta hite rataha. Sarva bhuta hite rataha. Just to highlight any pronunciation aspects, Sanniyam Yendriya Grama, Sarvatra Samabuddha. This Buddha, the second letter, the, is an aspirated the, which is the fourth letter in the third varga, so it has to be aspirated. Otherwise, all the other letters are simpler consonants, unaspirated consonants. but it could be a bit challenging because of the complexity of the word itself by all the letters coming one after the other. Sanniyam yendriya gramam sarvatra sama buddhaya. The next line, te prapnuvanti mameva, no aspirated consonant so far. Sarva bhuta, bhu, this bhu is the fourth letter in the Pavarga, so it has the fourth letter is bha, which is aspirated. So sarva bhuta hiterata. Okay, so this bhuta, pay attention to. Let's look at the word split. The first word is comprised of two words. Sanniyamya and Indriya Gramam. Sanniyamya, Indriya Gramam. The ya and e becomes ye. Okay. Sanniyam yendriya Gramam, because ya and e becomes ye. Sarvatra samubuddhya, no split. Te prapnuvanti, no change. Mam plus eva becomes mameva. Mam plus eva becomes mameva. Sarva bhuta hite ataha. Okay. So we'll look at the word-to-word meaning. First word is sanniyamya. So in this word, this is actually one verb preceding another verb. That means having done something. Okay, the niyamya, the imya basically means you have done something. It is the first action in a two action series of work. Okay. So niyamya. So the niyamya means niyamya comes from the word niyama. Niyama means to regulate. And I think all of you are familiar with the word niyama, means to regulate. Niyamya means having regulated. Okay. Having regulated, niyamya. Then the word san means well, doing it well, in a very auspicious way, you can say in a good way. Sanniyamya. So having regulated what? Indriya grama. Indriya grama. Indriya means all of us know, senses. Indriyas are the senses. Gramam means a collection. Means a gramam, even the word grama means a collection of huts is called gram. When some things are put together, a collection or group of something is grama. So Indriya gram means this group, this village of Indriyas, you can say, or the collection of Indriyas. Okay. So this collection of Indriyas as such, they run in multiple directions. Okay. So collecting them all and regulating them properly. So having done this, having well regulated the collection of Indriyas, sarvatra, everywhere. I think we already looked at the word sarvatra, sarvatragam. We looked at, that means sarvatra means everywhere, at all places. All places, I've put it as everywhere, but I hope it's understood. Sama buddhayaha. Sama means equal. Buddhayaha means having the same buddhi, at all times. Okay, having controlled all the senses, those who are having the same buddhi in all places, in all circumstances. Okay, they, such people, they prapnuvanti. Prapnuvanti means it's a plural verb, present tense verb. They obtain, prapnuvanti, they obtain mam, me, eva. I've used the word certainly here, but such people also receive me only. That's what Krishna is saying. Even if they worship all that, they receive me. But when Krishna says he's receive me, he's also referring to him, this formless aspect of him, the unmanifest aspect of him. Ameva. He is giving another adjective description of such people. Who are such people? How will we know that these are such people? Sarva bhuta hite. Sarva means all. Bhuta means beings. Hite. Hita means welfare. Okay. In the hite is again seventh vibhakti. So in the welfare of all beings. Okay. Rataha, desires. So that means they always desire us of the welfare of all the beings. So Krishna is giving that as an afterthought, so that we don't think that what we have understood is complete. So he's completing the description of the devotees of that Aksharam, Avyaktam, Anirdesham, and he's giving them that they also will obtain me. So as you can see, Krishna is not saying that when Arjuna only had this form, with form, without form, Krishna is not distinguishing too much. He's saying whoever it is, if they worship with dedication, devotion, which already he has mentioned in the second shloka, and now he's listing all of them. So as you can see, a great devotee should have control, well-regulated control over senses. At all points in time, they should be equanimous. Sarvatra samabhudeya. Sarvabhuta hite. They should have the welfare of all beings in their hearts. So that is the essence of these two verses. I've got quite a few excerpts of Swami's discourses, because Swami has spent a lot of time trying to explain this with form and without form. So I think it's important that we go through them to get a good grasp of what exactly these concepts are, so it will become useful for us. Okay, so let us go through Swami's discourse excerpts. Texts on devotion dwell at great length on the worship of the personal and the impersonal God, or of the formful and the formless God. This problem too is considered and solved in the Bhagavad Gita. So long as man is afflicted with the delusion that he is the body which contains him, and so long as he is attached to it and attracted by it, he cannot conceive the abstract, impersonal, and formless entity. nor can man stay without interruption on the personal as the ultimate basis. He has need for both the form and the formless. They are as the two wings for a bird, the two wheels for the cart, and the two legs of the human being. Both are valuable and valid for the devoted seeker. Though personal is not as lasting as the impersonal, we have now about 1,000 in this mandir with me. When you're back in your own homes and recollect this experience, you reconstruct this situation, this Prashanti Nilayam. Swami and the 1,000. Since this experience was gained in the wakeful stage, you can recall it into the subtle region of your consciousness, the Chitta Akasha, whenever and wherever you wish. In order to make a child understand that the word chair represents that piece of furniture, you have to draw the picture of a chair and write the letters underneath. When once he has learned to identify the kshara, the temporary form, the chair, with the akshara, the formless eternal, the word, the picture is eliminated. The word remains. The word henceforward represents the thing, the concrete, material, visible thing. If no chair existed, the word chair could not have emerged. The word God emerged to indicate an entity that was experienced. A nothing, non-existing being needs no name. The name is evidence of the thing. The word God is evidence of the divine phenomenon. The objection may be raised that words like sky flowers or castles in the air do not denote any concrete, tangible reality. But these are not words, they are compounds, artificial strings of words. Consider another example of form and no form. Take this pillow. You describe it as cotton enclosed in a cloth bag. I disclose that the cloth too is cotton. The shapeless, formless cotton has become yarn, and by dealing with the yarn as warp and wool, the cloth has put in form for the bag and the pillow. From the form to the formless, from the formless to the form, both processes are possible and progressive. The personal God is an expression, a symbol, a representation of the impersonal God. The impersonal does personate and assume form and attributes. This is the very nature of the divine. The devotee must not be agitated by such controversies promoted by people who have no intuitive experience. He must be free from anxiety and fear, pride and envy. He has four enemies intent on ruining him: anger, envy, hatred, and the horde of desires. He regards both high and low as roles in the divine play. When he insults or injures or rejects anyone, he is in fact inflicting them on the God he adores. He cannot reap the harvest of grace or the bliss from the Atma if he sows spiritual ardor on a heart full of the weeds of greed and hate. The basic moral prescription for the devotee who aspires to be near and dear to the avatar is worship God and offer love to him in every living being. So as Swami has explained us what is formful and formless, and then he has also told us not to worry about this controversy because, as Swami has explained, one does not exist without the other. The formless and the form do not exist independent of each other, and they are interrelated and they are always complementing each other. Sairam, Sakwanti, you have a question.
Yes, Sairam. Can you just, in nutshell, explain what he has said it in a very clear manner? I know about the chair and, from the visible, how he's taking to the invisible.
Yes, so Swami is telling for us to understand the concept of chair. When, a child, even if an apple, a child will not know what is apple. So one has to show a picture of apple, or one has to show an apple and say, this is apple. Without that, the word apple does not have any meaning, and the child will not even understand the concept of apple. So even to understand divinity, as long as we are using our mind and body, these concepts of form and a name are important for us to even conceive that. And that is what, so one is form. Without the form, Swami says, the formless, which is the name, apple, does not have any meaning. The meaning of the word apple is the form apple itself. That's why in English, Sanskrit, they will say padam is word. Pada artha means the object, the thing. The thing is called padartham. Padartham means the meaning of the word. So in this world, there are two types of things, nama and rupa. Nama is the padam, rupam is the padartham. Apple is the name. Apple, the word is the name. Apple, the form, is the meaning of the word apple. So this is what Swami is explaining. So he is saying both are needed for us to understand the concept in its wholeness. And the word, Swami is using the pun also there. Swami is saying the word means it's made of akshara. Letters are also called aksharas. Okay, the letters are aksharam. So the unmanifest, the formless is made of akshara. The name is the akshara. Okay, even mantras they will say how many aksharam, panchaksharam, shadhaksharam. That means that is unmanifest. There's no form. But the form is the meaning of that akshara, which is kshara, which may not last. See, the word, once we look at an apple, the apple may be there one day and will vanish. It may spoil and then it will not be. There will be new apple. But the person who has the understanding of what an apple is, when they look at an apple, they will know this is an apple. So if you don't know the formless aspect of it, the concept of apple, you will not be able to recognize an apple when it shows up. Both are part of creation and both are interrelated. And that's why Swami says, when you move from the form to the formless and formless to the form, both are progress. Both are progress. See, even religions today who say we are worshipping the formless Lord, they think one day they will meet somebody. One day they will meet somebody, then they die and go. So they are actually moving from that formless to form one day. Because when they see the Lord, will they think, oh, you are not the Lord? How will they recognize? So that is moving from formless to form, or form to formless. Then Swami is giving the explanation of the pillow. Swami is saying a pillow is made of cotton. Cotton in its natural form is shapeless, formless. But you take the same cotton and with it you make threads and then you yarn it, then you make a cloth out of it. Then within that same cloth which you made a cover, you stuff some additional cotton and then it becomes a pillow. So you can look at it and say it's all pillow, which is shapeless, pillow, or you can say it's all just cotton. So he says from the formless to the form also is a process, but to understand this, that which is formed also is formless. From the formless is understanding of spirituality. So Swami explains this because these are concepts which people talk about. Why even in the Sathya Sai organization, people think when Swami mentioned formless, they thought remove the photo. Don't have any picture of Swami. That was a thought which was prevalent just a few years ago. Everyone was trying to make it formless by removing photos. It's an incorrect understanding of Swami's teachings, unfortunately. Trying to put foreign ideas, uninformed ideas. Okay. So Swami is saying the devotee must not be agitated by such controversies promoted by people who have no intuitive experience. He must be free from anxiety and fear. So Arjuna was anxious and afraid. So Krishna solved the problem. So Swami is also trying to solve the problem for us. But I think once we read all the other excerpts, hopefully it's a bit more clear, Auntie. That's
Thank
what
you. Thank you very much.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sairam, brother, just to add to that form and formless, just a clarification. I know it's kind of a little bit of deviating from this thing, but then where's the pervasive come? So Swami in one form, formless, in that particular form only, but he is in different form. Am I right or no?
Sister, this.
Thank you.
See, just to give you some idea, in this world, atoms are everywhere. Let's take water. Okay. If there is humidity in the air, there is water present in the air. Water is present everywhere. Okay. When you breathe in, there are water molecules going inside in your breath. Okay. Do you see the water molecules? You don't. Is it manifest? It is not. But you breathe in. But the same water, when it condenses, you'll get drops of water. And just because you breathe in water vapor, when you're thirsty, is this good enough? You need water. You need crystallized water flowing as water for you to sustain your body. Okay? Water is everywhere as water molecules, as humidity, as moisture. But water you need to drink. Same thing with God who is present everywhere. Sometimes he crystallizes to serve a particular need. So avatara is a crystallization to serve a particular purpose for a particular need for people who are there. I hope I answered that question reasonably okay.
Yes, thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you.
Saira. I will read some additional excerpts. Saira. Just you answer question, Swami is answering. I should have read the excerpt rather than give my explanation. The formless will assume any form and undergo any transformation to satisfy the yearning of the devoted aspirant. The overriding purpose is to make all action-oriented beings karma-jivis, God-filled beings brahma-jivis. One must crave the vision of God. Only then is one entitled to the status of humanness. The human, Manava, must reach the divine, Madhava. One must conquer the mind. The human is the ruler of the mind, Manas, not its slave. Who takes the role of educator from the beginning of your life? The mother, is it not? Nature, Prakriti, is the mother. The feminine principle, the illusory energy, Maya. She is the great teacher. If you do not learn the lessons well, nature punishes you, boxes you in the ear, hits you on the head. She is stern, merciless instructress. But if you learn well, she will lead you proudly to the presence of the Supreme Person, Purushottama. Obey nature and be well trained by her. Then you can inherit the glory of Purushottama. If you disregard her teaching, the mother gets disgusted with you, and the father will also disregard your entreaties. The commands of nature given for your good are called dharma. Have the dharma as the witness of all your thoughts, words, and deeds. Be guided every instant by the dictates of that dharma, and success will be yours. Little children must be taught with the help of big letters scrawled on boards and slates. Temples, images, and crystal stones are the slates and the boards for children in spiritual progress. But even if you play with a toy elephant, you cannot get the experience of contacting a live elephant, can you? The formless Godhead can be understood by you only when you have rendered yourself formless. I will repeat again. The formless Godhead can be understood by you only when you have rendered yourself formless. When you are in the world of qualities, gunas, you have to attach yourself only to a God with attributes, Saguna Lord. Even a thief does not like being called a thief. He gets either ashamed or angry when he is called that. Why? Truth is his real nature. And his true nature revolts against the appellation. The Atma is always auspicious and holy, Shiva. So it protests vehemently when the vehicle where it resides is called inauspicious, Amangalam, dead or Shayam. The Atma is also beauty, Sundaram. Om is the egoism of the Supreme Self, Paramatma. It has no ugliness in it. So it is always beautiful, charming, lovely, Sundara. That is why when it is described as ugly, deformed, disgusting, etc., the thief lowers his head in shame, for something revolting to his true nature is being imputed. Truth, auspiciousness, beauty, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram is yourself. You have not realized it because of delusion, ignorance, and false inference. Get rid of these and merge in your real self. In this whole excerpt, one of the most important things which Swami is saying is, for us to be able to worship the formless, we should become formless first. So we should be above the gunas. Otherwise we should be saguna. If we want to go to nirguna or nirakara, we should be without our identifying with our body, without our mind. We should become that. Only then we will be able to contemplate and be able to worship the formless. So we'll go to the next excerpt. Take the case of the Bhagavad Gita, to which reference was made. When and where was it taught? On the battlefield in the midst of the opposing forces to solve a mental crisis. It is when such crisis affects man that the Lord starts his mission of instruction. For those who have realized the goal, there's no need. For those who have known neither goal nor path, neither thirst nor yearning, it is of no use. It is only to those who are afflicted by doubt, swinging from yes to no, that instruction will be useful. A mental crisis is solved by the word of God. Again, the worship of idols has to be looked upon as but the worship of the formless. Water or milk has no form as such. They assume the form of vessel which contains it, is it not? Take milk in a cup or a flask or a kettle or a jug or mug. It assumes those forms. So also the form of Krishna is the form of a vessel in which you fill the formless entity. The form of Rama, Shiva, Linga, Chamundeshwari, Ganesha, all are forms of vessels in which, according to your fancy, you take the formless, unpicturable. The Nama is the nectar, the Nami is the cup, the idol. Sorry. So I hope it's understood. So Swami is telling, worship of the form is the worship of the formless. It's telling, as long as we understand that there is something within that vessel, within that form, which is the tastier one, I think that's what is important. So Swami has cleared that also. Swami, the Nama is the nectar. The Nami is the cup. Nami is means the one who is named. The idol is the Nami. So we'll go to the next, I think the last excerpt I have. In this context, one has to understand the implications of oneness with the divine. One desires to merge in God and achieve moksha, liberation. How is this to be secured? God is formless. He is the source of all energy. He is effulgent. 8 kinds of potencies have been attributed to God. He is the source of all sound, all motion, all light, all speech, all bliss, all excellence, all illusion, and all prosperity. How is one to realize such an omnipotent divinity? Water can integrate with water. Air can combine with air. Fire can merge with fire. As God is formless, to become one with God, we have to become formless. What does this imply? It means that we have to get rid of the attachment to the body. This is achieved through dhyana, meditation. While retaining attachment to the body, one cannot hope to achieve oneness with God merely by praying for it. You have to become formless to realize the formless divine. As God is the embodiment of effulgence, you have to make your life effulgent to experience God. You have to realize that your light, the light of your life, has come from that Paranjyoti, supreme source of all light. This individual flame should merge in that supreme divine effulgence from which all other lights have emanated. Meditating on the Paramjyoti, the individual has to merge his individual effulgence in that supreme effulgence. So this was the last excerpt which I have picked up. So there are hundreds more where excerpts of Swami's, where Swami has dealt with this. So I will stop here. I hope I have not complicated matters. But as you can see, Swami poses the question through Arjuna, whether form and formless, which is better? And Krishna gave the answer, and now Swami has given us the answer. Of course, this the introduction to devotion itself, that we should become formless. And how do we go about doing that? Then Krishna goes on to explain Arjuna what all he can do to get to that point. And that is the gist of the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which basically Swami laid a lot of importance on. How do we go about learning to cultivate and grow devotion, and hopefully we will have an opportunity to recollect and read and learn from Swami the next few weeks. I'll stop here. Thank you. If there are questions on anything which I have mentioned, you can ask, and if I have an answer, I will share. Sai. So I think with no other question, Sai Ramanti.
Yeah. If we have to become formless, we have to become more divine, more divine by following all the good aspects of life, like caring for everyone, all creation of all beings, and respecting the nature, and developing purity in your thought, word, and deed. Then only you can become formless, because formless is divine energy, right?
Yes, Auntie.
Thank you. I just wanted to clarify and get the
Thank you.
clarity.
Sai Ramde. Swami will be teaching us through the next few shlokas. I think we have 16 more shlokas to go. How to cultivate it. Various techniques he gives, depending on
Really? Mm-hmm.
what is suitable for us. We can pick and choose. Yes, Brother Tasan.
Saram, brother. Swami, our Lord has given us so many tools to reach to the level. How we can use those tools properly? Could you please explain to us, Brother Saira?
I don't know what to say, brother. How we can use, I think we have to pick and choose at least one and practice. That's what Swami would say. We may not be able to practice all of them. And I think we pray to him to guide us, help us practice at least one, which we choose, which we think we are capable of trying to learn to practice and practice. That's all I can say. And the rest is all in his hands. Sairam, brother. I don't know any
Thank you.
answer.
Thank you, Brother Sairam.
So I think there are no questions. So we'll close the session today and we will meet again next week. Sairam, everyone. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam, everyone.